Most people in Switzerland have no clue what they can afford, and we're going to take a look at this. If you can afford a house for 2 million francs in Switzerland, Zurich, Zug, wherever you wish, and we're going to see if you earn enough. Now, if the asking price is 2 million francs, you will need 20% of equity. This equity can be cash, it can be stocks, it can be second or third pillar. If you don't know what you can use, you can just hit us up, meaning 20% will be 400,000. Then you will get a mortgage of 80%, meaning you will get a mortgage of 1.6 million francs. Now, there are also some things you can also pledge your second or third pillar. So there are a lot of varieties. If you have no clue, just ask us. Now, back to this. Meaning, if you don't have the equity, you are not able to buy something. Now, if you have the equity, we're going to go to the second step, and that's the affordability calculation. Because the banks, they do a calculation if the interest go sky high, if you are still able to afford them. Let's see. The banks do the calculation with 5% interest. You will pay now way less, but it's just the way it is to get approved. Now 5% multiplied with your mortgage is going to be 80,000 francs. It's a very important step, so don't miss it. Then you will have to make an amortization. Now Switzerland is very special. You don't have to pay back your whole mortgage, not 1.6 million. In Switzerland, you see 80-year-old people having still a mortgage because for tax reasons, you don't have to pay back your whole mortgage. Meaning, they always have like a first mortgage, it's 65% of the property value, and a second mortgage, it's 15% of the property value, meaning this equals 80%. Your whole mortgage. Now you divide your mortgage in a first and second mortgage. Your second mortgage is going to be 268,000, and we're going to divide that by 15 years because you have to pay back your mortgage within 15 years. That's going to be 18,000 per year. And then banks usually take 1% of utility costs, 20,000. All right, and that equals 118,000 of costs. So, and now you don't need to make 118,000, you need to make 3 times as much. That's going to be 354,000 per year. That's easy going. You need to make 350,000 with your wife, with your husband, by yourself, whatever. If you have other loans or the leasings, you have to include it in this calculation. And now most people, they don't understand the amortization. What's that? How does that work? They don't understand what kind of equity can they use. And so people lose time. And every bank is going to tell you something different. There are banks who are going to take a pledging, and other banks, they're not going to take a pledging. There are other banks that are going to tell you you will need to pay back 18,000, and there are other banks that are going to tell you you need to pay back 24,000, because every bank in Switzerland is different. And how are you going to know which bank will give you the best offer? You have no clue. You are getting a mortgage for your first time. You're an expert in your field, maybe you're in finance, maybe you're in pharma, and that's it. But you're not in banking. You don't talk to banks every day like we do. I talk to 10 banks, 5 banks per day because we have this much mortgages. And what I see is a big difference in the rate, that people pay way more if they don't work with a mortgage broker, because most people in Switzerland, they don't know that they can use a mortgage broker, that there exists something like this. And most people, they need to use way more equity. I see some people that they're not pledging because they think they're not able. I see some mistakes they make with the amortization. There's a lot of mistakes, and if you're buying something for 2 million, 3 million, it's going to cost you a lot if you do these mistakes. And we have a lot of clients in Zug, Zurich, Basel, where we do our consultation via Teams. They just put in their forms, their contact details, and then we talk about it if we are able to help you, because maybe you have no interesting mortgage, no interesting situation, maybe you're not able to get approved, and maybe you get approved, and then we can see if we can help you, because we work with like 30 banks, and just what you can do is go on the link down below, fill in the form, and one of our team members is gonna phone you for like 5 to 10 minutes to see if we're a right fit, if we can help you, and if we're a fit, if we're a match, not a Tinder match, we can help you maybe. So let's try it.